When fame meets tragedy on Tennessee's roads, even reality TV stars aren't immune to life's most terrifying moments. Mike Wolfe, the treasure-hunting mastermind behind History Channel's beloved American Pickers, found himself living through every driver's worst nightmare this past weekend. The 61-year-old television personality and his romantic partner, Leticia Cline, became victims of a devastating head-on collision that left both hospitalized and fighting for recovery. But here's where the story takes an even more dramatic turn. The accident occurred on Friday in Columbia, Tennessee, when Wolfe and 46-year-old Cline, who works as both a model and journalist, were traveling together in what witnesses described as a vintage blue automobile. The impact was so severe that it transformed what should have been a pleasant drive into a medical emergency that would test their resilience in ways they never imagined. Cline's injuries read like a medical textbook of trauma. Through her own Instagram updates, she revealed the shocking extent of her physical damage: multiple fractures to her jaw, several broken ribs, a fractured sternum, a collapsed lung, and significant swelling along her spinal column. These aren't just minor bumps and bruises. These are life-altering injuries that could have easily been fatal under different circumstances. And this is the part most people miss when they hear about celebrity accidents. Despite facing what many would consider catastrophic injuries, Cline demonstrated remarkable strength by sharing her journey with followers through social media. Her Sunday posts included images of herself walking through hospital corridors and resting in her hospital bed with Wolfe by her side, painting a picture of determination that's both inspiring and heartbreaking. Wolfe himself took to Instagram stories to address their fans directly, expressing gratitude that bordered on the miraculous. "By the grace of God, we're both safe and okay," he shared. Though one might question whether safe and okay accurately describes someone with a collapsed lung and multiple fractures. His updates emphasize the excellent medical care they were receiving, while acknowledging that Cline's road to full recovery would require extended hospitalization. But here's what raises some eyebrows about this entire situation. The couple was traveling in a vintage vehicle, the very type of classic automobile that Wolfe has built his career around discovering and collecting. This detail raises uncomfortable questions about whether older vehicles, regardless of their historical value or aesthetic appeal, provide adequate safety features compared to modern cars equipped with advanced protection systems. Should collectors and enthusiasts prioritize authenticity over safety when it comes to actually driving these mechanical time capsules? Wolfe has spent over a decade building his empire through American Pickers, which premiered on the History Channel back in 2010 and has successfully run for an impressive 27 seasons. The show follows Wolfe and his team as they traverse America, hunting for valuable antiques and forgotten treasures in barns, garages, and abandoned buildings. His expertise in identifying valuable vintage items has made him a household name among collectors and casual viewers alike. The timing of this accident couldn't be more ironic or controversial. Here's a man who has dedicated his professional life to preserving and celebrating items from America's automotive past. Yet he becomes seriously injured while actually using one of these vintage machines for its intended purpose. Does this incident highlight a dangerous romanticization of older technology that simply cannot match modern safety standards? What makes this story even more compelling is how it exposes the vulnerability that exists beneath celebrity status. No amount of fame, fortune, or television success can protect someone from the random violence of a head-on collision. In seconds, two people went from enjoying a drive together to fighting for their lives in a Tennessee hospital. The lack of detailed information about how the crash occurred only adds to the mystery and speculation surrounding the incident. Authorities haven't released specifics about what caused the head-on collision, leaving fans and critics alike to wonder whether weather conditions, mechanical failure, driver error, or some other factor contributed to this near tragedy. As Wolfe and Cline continue their recovery process, their story raises important questions that extend far beyond celebrity gossip. Should vintage car enthusiasts reconsider actually driving their prized possessions on public roads? Is there an ethical responsibility for public figures to model safer transportation choices, especially when their careers celebrate potentially dangerous vintage technology? What do you think? Are we too caught up in nostalgia to acknowledge that some old things are better left as display pieces rather than functional vehicles? Should celebrities like Wolfe bear some responsibility for promoting vintage car culture? Or is personal choice always the ultimate deciding factor? Share your thoughts on whether this accident should spark a broader conversation about balancing our love for the past with the realities of modern safety standards.